Hi, this is Meera Gandhi, and welcome to my 5-minute podcast called 3 Tips. In these short podcasts, I endeavor to share 3 tips on all matters of life and just about every topic or situation imaginable. I like to walk the talk and will share my real life experiences as I give you 3 easy tips to shift closer towards finding answers to things. Today, we'll talk about 3 tips to create a balanced life. A balanced life, lived in peace, is one of the biggest gifts we can give ourselves. In 2010 and 2011, two of the most unbalanced years of my life, just before my divorce, I was on planes every week. Between the travel and the jet lag, I had almost begun to forget my sense of self. My daughter Kanika was in Wales, Kiran, my oldest child, was in Georgetown, Washington, D.C., and Kabir was at Harrow School in London. I used to be an intimate part of my children's lives when they were growing up. So when we moved to Hong Kong, having my children spread out all over the world was a very discombobulating experience for me. I felt my inner self totally unbalanced and off balance. I was worried about Kiran in college and sad that we were not in New York City for her to come home and visit when she settled into college life. Kanika seemed to love Wales, but she was young and impressionable, and I wanted to be by her side, and I wanted her to understand that above all, we were there for her. I was terrified that Kabir, at 13, had to attend a boys' boarding school because up till that point, Kabir was quite underexposed to the world. So I put myself on long-haul 16-hour flights from Hong Kong to Washington, D.C., Hong Kong to London every month to be present for the Harrow exeats and be there for my children. I tried my best to create the environment of a home in London, and I succeeded doing that, for which I am very grateful. However, the stress, the travel, jet lag, and the lack of emotional support from my then husband began to make me feel unbalanced to an even greater extent. One Saturday, when Kabir had started his 3rd year at Harrow, I was watching a soccer game at the Harrow fields. The kids were cheering each other. The English grass never looked greener, and the house parents now seemed almost like family. I took a deep breath of gratitude as I saw how strong and healthy and happy my son was. It was a moment of shift. Instead of seeing imbalance and feeling imbalance, I began to feel the balance that was created from my hard work. I had just returned from Wales after a wonderful weekend with my middle child Kanika, and she was totally enjoying the United World College's experience. And it seemed like Kiran in Washington, D.C. had found her happiness in after-class drumming sessions at the 18th Street Lounge in D.C. Once that shift happened, in that moment, I regained my balance and I understood never to do things if they were unbalancing me in the first place. If they did, I had to find a quicker way of staying in balance in that moment. Since then, I have actively worked on moderation and keeping balance in my mental, physical, and emotional life. Finding balance is something we owe to ourselves, and we must actively cultivate it. Simply move away from situations that are causing an imbalance in your life. I didn't know better then, but I know now. So, in conclusion, my 3 tips for living a balanced life are: the first, tune into your own thoughts. See if you feel balanced or unbalanced. Take time to pray each day, meditate, or sit in thoughtful silence. It's extremely useful for rebalancing our thoughts and our life. The second, still or stop activity. In stillness, we can learn what we need to change about our activity to bring our lives into complete balance. The third, practice moderation. Eating in moderation, sleeping in moderation, and speaking in moderation all contribute to a balanced life. Here's to you living your splendidly balanced life. Until next time, this is Meera Gandhi and 3 Tips.